درود بر تمام بیننده. Actually, I should say good morning to all the good viewers of our program who watch this program with us on a weekly basis. As usual, let me start with sharing the link of this program in our Telegram page. So anybody who wants to catch it live and watch it live with us, they can do so. And then I can also do the same for my phone and make sure that if there's any problems with the program, I can also see it and solve the program as we go along. The next thing to do, let me share the screen of what we're going to be covering so that you, the viewers, can follow it with me. I'm going to give it a little bit of time to make sure that it shows up in both computer and for those who watch with a phone, it'll show up in the phone. If I look this way, it's because I'm looking at the phone to make sure that the program is viewing fine and that you see what I want you to see. Perfect. When I had the phone up in the front, up here on the desk, afterwards, I was finding there was a little bit of static when I'm listening to the program myself. But on computer, I don't have that static problem. And I think it's because it's too close to the microphone. So it's pulling in some static. Others say that it's fine for them, but for me, that was the case. So that was the problem. So I'm now moving it a little bit more further off that side to see if that would help at all or not. Experimenting. All right, so you have this screen that I'm showing you. This is the link. Talks about, we're going to start with the town hall. Okay, we have the town hall of Donald J. Trump, best president the United States has ever had. And we also had the debate on fake news CNN between DeSantis and Namorada Haley. Okay, Namorada was going up there and throwing shots, and DeSantis was returning the favor. Namorada, the same person that openly says you should, as a Republican, listen to the Democrats. Work with the Democrats. Achieve the same goal with the Democrats. And she wants to be the head of the Republican Party for you. Essentially, in other words, in simple words, in words all of us can understand. Let's put the fancy words aside. She wants to be Joe Biden 2.0. She wants to be the Republican who does what the Democrats want. She wants the Republican votes and the Democrat votes in order to do the bidding of what the Democrats want. Perfect for her to be on CNN, where they will give her a green light to continue that mission. However, let's see what the American public thinks about this. We know what the fake news CNN thinks. We know what the Democrats think. What does the American public think? Because Democrats, in my opinion, if you are a real American, there is no way on God's green earth that you can be a Democrat today. Because the Democrats today stand for no protection of America's border. So if this was your home, it would be like somebody who says, I want all my windows open. I want my chimney expanded so that anyone can jump in. I want all the doors to my house wide open. I want to take down the fencing around my house. I want to remove any guard dogs, any alarms, anything, cameras. Just put it all away so that whoever, whatever, at any time feels like coming into the house can enter and do whatever they want. Meaning, a person that thinks like that doesn't care about that house, doesn't care about what's in that house. So the Democrat today wants your borders as open as possible. Anybody can come in. Anybody can do whatever they want. Essentially, they don't care about American rights, American lives, American country itself, the land, the water, the resources. They don't care about any of that. You know who else doesn't care about any of that? The people who are not American. When you go to France, they don't care what happens in America. They care about what happens in France. You go to Spain, they don't care about what happens in America. They care about what happens in Spain. You go to Russia, they don't care about America. They call you stupid Americans. You know, that's the saying. That's a viable saying around the world. Just most Americans don't go outside of America and have never interacted with people that will openly tell them what they think of them. But people like me, who've been around the world, have ripped a few t-shirts and shirts living outside of the United States, have seen, have talked, have lived amongst those people. I've heard that many times around. I've heard it in Canada. I heard it in Spain. I heard it in Turkey. I even heard it in Mexico. I heard it in Iran. I heard it in Saudi. Stupid Americans. And in Canada, we have a huge multicultural pot in Toronto. You name the country, the people are there. Not like here, you call everyone Latino, black, and white. Over there, you actually have a real multiculturalism going. You go to Little Italy, oh, stupid American. I mean, the guy can't even talk one sentence put together properly in English, but he knows how to say stupid American. You go to Chinatown, half of them don't know how to speak English. Half of them don't even know how to talk to each other because one talks in Mandarin and the other one talks in Cantonese. But they know the words stupid American. You go to the Russian corner, yeah, they know how to say stupid American. You go to the Ukrainian corner, yeah, they know how to say stupid American. You go to the Iranian side, oh yeah, they know how to say that in multiple languages. You go to the Arab side, same thing. You go to the Pakistanis, the Indians, everybody knows how to say it. And that's what they think. Oh, Americans are stupid. They think that because Americans, you're very gullible. I mean, in this channel here, you already know. I tell you the truth, and I don't sugarcoat anything. What you hear from me is the honest truth, and it will open your eyes, and it will open your mind, and I will teach you things that you have never been taught. You've been hidden from it. You've been kept in a safe bubble created by those who were your parents, your teachers, your government officials of the past who didn't want your feelings to be hurt. And they didn't want to tell you the truth of what the rest of the world thinks of you. The rest of the world envies United States. They want what you have. The rest of the world hates United States because they don't have what you have. The rest of the world is a cunning world, unlike United States. When you live here, you're not living in a cunning environment. Sure, there are some people that hate each other based on sex, based on skin color, but it's not a cunning world. You're not living amongst foxes and hyenas. You're not living in a situation where you have to continuously always look over your shoulder because somebody is going to come and try to get you fired from your job only for the purpose that they want to establish themselves better and bring in their own family members. It might happen here or there, but it doesn't happen everywhere. You're not living in an environment where 99% of what is told to you in your face all the time happens to be a lie. You live in an environment where generally when you see a person and they tell you something, you're going to assume they told you the truth. Most of the time. They're not lying to you. You live in an environment where when you go to the store and you want to buy something, the price that you see on the shelf is the price you're going to pay. They're not going to look at you at the checkout and say, his clothes looks like he could be rich, so I'm going to jack up the price 100 times. You're not living in a place where you go to the store to buy something and you pick it up, and when you get to the cashier, then you just find out for the very first time how much that thing costs. You're in a bubble. Everybody knows, even the ones that live here who come from the other side of the world, especially people that are from India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Arab countries, Russians, Chinese, Vietnamese, Latin countries. And by Latin countries, don't put Mexico in there. Mexico is very Americanized compared to the rest because they're next door to you. But south of Mexico, when you go down, the term stupid American is widely known and used. It's in everybody's mind. When they come here, how do you think they raise their kids? They teach their kids, don't be stupid American like those Americans over there. That's why the Asians do better in school. Because they tell their kids from when the kid is 6 years old, you're not going to be a stupid American like them. The Indian will sit their kid down and say, listen, beta, you're not going to be stupid like a stupid American. And beta is like, my kid. Listen, my kid, you're not going to be stupid. That's right. Dr. Mossavat knows some words here and there in different languages. Americans, you need to open your eyes, and you need to open your mind, and you need to use your mind with your eyes at the same time. You need to become tougher. You've lost your grip. You've become soft, as they would say in New York, New Jersey area. Soft everywhere else. You've become weak from within. It's time to get a grip and become strong again. You need to get tough with those who trample over everything that America stands for. You're next door to the door of World War III, and you're living like nothing's going on. Almost as if you have your head deep under the sand so that you can hide your eyes and your ears from what is going on around you. I say all this because it ties into what we're covering today. This is regarding the ratings. And as you know, ratings is concluded by that day when the program is live, and the following day for those who had it on record and are going to watch it from their DVRs, the day after when they get home from work or whatever it is. They accumulate the ratings based on the number of people that watch a program, and then they tell it to us. Trump beats DeSantis and Haley in cable news rating as Fox Town Hall draws 4.3 million viewers. That viewership later on goes up to almost 500,000. What is important for us is it was a head-to-head television showdown Wednesday night with Fox News channel. Live town hall featuring former president and soon to be the new president, Donald J. Trump, drawing 4.335 million viewers between the hours of 9 to 10. While CNN with Governor Ron DeSantis and Governor Namorada. There is no Nikki in Namorada. Her name is Namorada. You've been soft and kept, as the term goes, stupid Americans by Nikki Haley. Her name is Namorada, but she tells you her name is Nikki because, you know, you might like the name Nikki. Yeah, you stupid. So, I mean, she can tell you, you're Nikki, and you go, oh, yeah, I like the name, Well, her real name is Namorada. If she goes to the bank and wants to open a bank account, she's not using Nikki. She's using Namorada. When she goes to get a driver license, she's not using the name Nikki. She's using Namorada. When she wants to buy a house, she doesn't use the name Nikki. She uses the name Namorada. But you, the American, you're not allowed to know who she is. You're not allowed to know that her name is Namorada, that she has an Indian name from India, not to be mistaken with the native Indians like Pocahontas. You are not allowed to know who she is. You're supposed to assume that she's a white woman, 50 years old, from America. With parents that magically appeared here the same time she was born. I mean, she says she's 50, and then she'll tell you that her parents came here 50 years ago. I mean, there is a certain time period that you got to be in the womb before you pop out. Don't you agree? Hey, all of you were somebody's child at a point. You had a mother that carried you in her womb for a period of time, at least 6 months, if not 9. Where is that 9 months for Nikki Haley? Namorada was carried But in the fictional fantasy character of Nikki Haley, you don't have a period of time where she was carried in a womb. Her parents came here 50 years ago, and a bird flew over their house, dropped this Nikki Haley character onto the house. She bounced off the roof of the house, and the mother caught her like this, and she went, "Mama." And in her mind, stupid Americans will buy the story. Because Americans are stupid. They'll buy whatever you sell. Whatever you say, they believe. It's part of their culture not to lie to each other. So they assume you're telling the truth because you said so. You don't need to show any actions for it. Yeah, come to the Middle East with me. I'll show you people. Oh, yeah. I'm honest, man. God, I swear to God. I swear to my parents. I swear to, they'll swear to anything you want them to swear to so that you can believe what they say, because nobody believes anybody. Everybody knows everyone's going to lie. They don't believe nothing. But then you come over here. Well, the person said so. You mean anybody who says anything, you're just going to believe it? Put your head down like a cow and say, oh, well, they said so. That works if we go 70 years back in time, when all of you that lived here were either white or black, with a handful of Latinos, and the majority of the population was white and black. And you came up living in a household where you had fathers and mothers, and everyone returned back home and had a curfew, and you played in your own street with the other kids in your own street, and their parents watched over everybody. Everyone took a share. If you did something wrong, your neighbor would whoop you like as if they were your own parents. It worked back then. Not today. Namorada Haley drew at 2.587 million. Donald Trump nearly dwarfed. It brought in almost double the amount of viewership by himself compared to DeSantis and Haley together. Namorada couldn't pull the numbers with all the Democrats that are behind her and all the never Trumpers who are not Republican anyway, and all the rhinos that want to follow DeSantis. All of them put together couldn't muster the ratings. This rating is important for us, America, because tomorrow when they cheat on your votes, when in the computer they can change the votes, they can make it so for every single vote that Trump gets, instead of it counting as one vote, it counts it as a quarter of a vote. It's easy to do that in a computer, and your voting system is based on a computer. And it's been almost 4 years that we've been yelling, screaming, jumping up and down like a monkey, telling you stop using these stupid computers and go back to the original way of you check mark the name, throw it in, and let that be counted as actual proof. No. We want to go with the computer. And when they change it and they make it a quarter of an actual vote, and when they change it on the other side, so every vote for Biden counts as 2, And Biden shows up again, and this time with over 200 million votes. And none of you can count, because you obviously you didn't count last time around. You didn't say, how did Biden come up with 80 million? Trump came up with 73 million. You put them together, that's over 153 million votes. And then you didn't think to yourself, well, for a country that has about 350 million people, and of these people, you have those who are children, and the children outnumbered the adults. Because every household has 2 or 3 kids. But every household doesn't have 2 parents. There might be a single mother in that house. There might be a single dad in that house. Some of the dads are incarcerated. They can't vote. Some of the moms are incarcerated. They can't vote. You got others that came out of prison and they can't vote. So the adult number should drop. And then you have the kids that outnumber the adults. And when you subtract those from the actual number of Americans, how many you got left? You don't have 153 million votes. So obviously, somebody cheated in the last election. I mean, this is basic math we are talking about. How much they cheated by? Up to you. But the fact that the election was stolen is proven right there. Yet, they continue. After the 24-hour period, we can see Donald Trump pulled in 553,000 views, while CNN could only muster 478,000 views. The demographics between the age of 25 and 54 were won by Donald J. Trump. Then you have Vivek Ramaswamy jumping up and down, yelling and screaming off the top of his lungs, I got all the young Americans. They're going to vote and they've never been polled. And then he'll change his mind. They have been polled. It's just they don't give him the option of Vivek Ramaswamy. They tell him, who do you like, Trump, DeSantis, or Namorada? They don't give my name. I call that BS. Well, which one is it? Are they pulled or are they not pulled? I mean, you can't have it both ways. They're opposite of each other. Either your people have been pulled and they're not given the name, which doesn't make any sense. How does it not make sense? How did Krispy Kreme, Chris Christie, end up with like 5% vote here, and in New Hampshire he had 13%? And how do they know that Vivek has 6%? If they're not taking his name, if what he says is true, that people are all lining up to say we are supporters of Vivek Ramaswamy, and they're telling them, no. Out of these ones, which one do you? How did they come up with 6% for him? Americans, you got to think about these things. Vivek Ramaswamy, the slave hand of George Soros. If you open your YouTube, Vivek Ramaswamy is everywhere. Why? You pay the social media people, hey, let me talk to you. Yeah, what is it? I'll send you a check, okay? I send you a check. Yeah, how much you need? How much you need for the year? How much you want? How much you need? Send you a check, okay? I send you a check. How much you think you make from YouTube with your channel, huh? How much you making? How much you making for the year? Okay, I send you a check 3 times that. Yeah, what you do is when you go and you make your political content, you talk good about me all the time. Whatever I do, you pretend like it's gold. Anyone attack me, you make it sound like they're Hitler. Sure thing, boss. And then you got a bunch of other social media people. They watch one guy, and they all jump on the bandwagon. Whatever he says, we'll make our content based on whatever he says. His content is best, and we're going to follow him. You know, whatever he or she says, we are going to do. Huh? As an example, you have 2 idiots out there, Brandon Tatum, and you got Candace Owens. Idiots. Why? Because they don't do research. Neither one of them does research. And if you take away content other than about Black people that they've grown up with, you take that away. All the other content they have for videos is based on no research, how much clicks I can get as far as viewership, how much of my own products I can sell to those that view my program, and how much I can boast myself, make myself feel big. That's the whole program in a nutshell. Now, other Black folks watch that who are YouTube creators. And they say, well, he boasts he's making money off of this. I'm going to do what he did. I'm going to take the topic he talked about. I'm going to take his video. I'll show little clips here and there. And then I'll give in my 2 cents based on whatever I saw on his channel. And then I'll tell my people to buy my products. And everybody now sells a shirt and a hat and some scarf or some crap. And they expect you, stupid America, to buy it. None of them do anything. Candace Owens writes scriptures. She can't bow down to 2 masters. And all the Christians, oh, she's wonderful. Oh, she's wonderful. Oh, she's wonderful. Then she'll go and sit down with Andrew Tate, the pimp, the pedophile. Isn't it Andrew Tate who was on Twitter, X now, trying to go after Greta? The czar of climate change, the girl from Sweden, who's not even an adult yet. And he was trying to pick her up over tweets showing her his cars. And she told him, you got a small dick syndrome. That's why you buy all these fancy cars and it doesn't impress me. Which started everything for him to end up in the Romanian prison. And then it came out that he goes after these girls and then ends up making them become internet sex workers for him. In other words, they do self-porn for him. Then he decides to put out a university where he'll give you a doctorate in how to become a pimp. Literally, that's what the doctorate is about. How you can become a pimp, where you can have multiple women work for you, where they sit in front of a camera, take off their clothes, and men will come and pay them just so they can see them take off the clothes and insert stuff into themselves. You know what the stuff is? And if you want me to break everything down for you, then you truly are the stupid American. And on top of that, he decided Christianity is not good. So Andrew Tate decided to become a Muslim. And Candace Owens decides to go and interview him and tells the Christians who were all favoring her, oh, she's so great. She said we can't serve two lords. Andrew Tate tells her a whole bunch of crap, and she decides to turn around and say, Christian men should learn from you. The Christians should learn how to be a good person from you. We don't need to learn from Andrew Tate. We got Jesus to learn from. We got Matthew, Mark, Luke, John to learn from. We have James and all the others. We got Paul to learn from. Andrew Tate is not even the dust that settles on the gum that sticks to the bottom of the shoe of those men. Stupid Americans. Follow Candace Owens. Oh, Candace Owens. She's such a beautiful woman. She's such a young, beautiful woman. Oh, she's beautiful. And some of them, stupid Americans. Oh, she black like me. She must be good. No! You tell good from what's in here, inside their head. Not good because how they look out here on their skin. I don't care if she's white or black, Chinese or what. I care about what's in here. That's what sets you the right way. Your skin color can't set you the right way. Everyone's got a skin color. Not everyone has a brain. Or Brandon Tate. Hey, Candace Owens is my girl. Candace Owens is my girl. She's my sister. Hey, Candace Owens, my sister. I have to have her back. I have to have her back. Whatever. You know, she's my sister. I gotta have the back. No, you don't have to have her back. Not when she does something wrong. If she does it wrong and you get her back, that means you're following wrong. When you follow wrong, you're in error. You're going the wrong way. You're not going to reach the destination you want to reach. And then you're pulling everybody with you in the wrong way. And then you're going to end up not reaching what you want to reach. And you're going to say, I don't know what happened. What happened? What happened? What? You happened. The dumb idiots happened. And then the rest of the world will turn around and say, you see, dumb Americans, stupid Americans, stupid. America, you are stupid as long as you follow these idiots. They don't do 2 minutes of research before they open their mouth. And they have diarrhea of the mouth. Everything comes out. And they put a fan right beside themselves. So when they have this diarrhea, the fan can blow it everywhere. The shit goes everywhere. And they don't have time to clean up the shit. Candace Owens says, in Israel, I was there. They have an Arab corner. They have an Arab section. All the Arabs are in the Arab section. They can't come out of this Arab section. They can't go anywhere else in Israel. Oh, so tough. No. Hey, Candace Owens, retard. I mean, we have Chinatown everywhere. Chinatown is so famous. It's in every movie in Hollywood. You pick a town anywhere in the world, outside of China and the Middle East. Because, you can't have a Chinatown in Iran. You can't have a Chinatown in Saudi Arabia. I mean, there's no Chinese there to have a Chinatown. You pick any country in the civilized world, in Europe, in North America, you find at least one Chinatown in every city. We have a little Italy. We have a Spanish area. Huh? We even have Iranian areas where you have Iranian stores, restaurants, and so on. And you don't even live in the United States? Have you not even come out of your door of your house to look around you? Are you stupid? How many brain cells you have in your head? Israel is like a Western nation. They allow Arabs to live in the country. I mean, they have Arab judges that judge over the Israeli Jew in court. How did that Arab guy go to the court to sit there as a judge if he can't get out of the Arab section of Israel? Huh? They have Arab politicians that are elected, and the Jewish Israeli living in that area elected an Arab Muslim politician over a Jewish Israeli politician to be in government. How the hell did that happen? Candace Owens. And then Brendan Tatum, I have it back. I have it back. I have it back. And she attacks her Jewish boss. And then goes on whose show? Tucker Carlson. The prostitute of the news world. Tucker Carlson. Oh, he loves to say, Russia. Why are you guys attacking Russia? Why are you, Russia? He wants to kill himself for Putin. Putin is a good guy. Putin. Oh, bring Candace Owens on the show. Yes, bring Candace Owens on the show. Yes, bring him. Why is your boss attacking you in his speeches? Huh? Why does he attack you? What did you do? And Candace Owens, I don't know. I mean, from October 7th onwards, day after day after day after day, she supports and tells Republicans, oh, stop it. Don't blame these university kids. Don't blame them when they're supporting Hamas with their Palestinian fake flags running around New York and everywhere else, blocking off traffic and highways, attacking the White House, graffitiing everywhere, talking about openly genocide from the river to the sea. Join with Antifa and BLM. Don't attack them. Don't. Stop it. Everybody was a kid one time. And now this adult going to university is a kid. There's a 4-year-old kid now. Oh, stop it. Palestinians have a right. Since when do Palestinians have a right? I mean, they're extinct. The original Palestinian was killed by the Arab invading army that came in that area and made everybody go extinct. The whole of Egypt used to be Coptic Christians. Now they're a handful. They're all gone, killed. from Oman all the way to modern day Israel and above, and all the way into Iraq. It was more than 50% Jew. I mean, the city of Medina, where the Prophet of Islam is buried, was called Yathrib. It was a Jewish-dominated city. Where are they now? Gone. The Palestinians, who were the Phoenicians, who came from the island of Crete in Greece, lived side by side with the Jews. 1,400 years ago, gone. The amount of Iranian Zartush they killed, how many Zartush we have in Iran now? A handful. What happened to them all? Either you convert to Islam or gone. When the Arabs came and killed everybody, and those that they couldn't kill, they ran away. A lot of the Jews ran for their lives into Russia, into Europe, and now they say, the Europeans are coming back into Israel. Stupid Americans have to believe it. The Jews, these are not Jews. The Muslims will talk like that. Ali Dawa will talk exactly like that for you in England. The Jews. It sounds like someone's grabbed his testicles and they're squeezing it. The Jews, these are the Jews, these are Europeans. The Europeans are coming into the Israel and they take over the. No, these are Jewish. You chase them out and they're coming back. Open your eyes and just look. You chased them out. Now they got the country back. Now they want to come back home. You had a crazy man named Hitler who decided to kill them in Europe. And this guy said, okay, you guys don't want us in Europe. Fine, we'll go back to our own home. They're returning home. But stupid Americans don't know anything. Just because someone over here named Candace Owens decides to open her second buttocks, called her mouth, and spew shit out of her second hole, called her mouth, you have to believe it because Candace Owens said so. Candace Owens is now all of a sudden your brain. Huh? 35-year-old, 3 kids, and no accomplishment other than she told some black people 4 years ago, hey, you shouldn't be with the Democrats. You should be with the Republicans because Democrats historically didn't do anything for you. Well, any Republican could tell you the same thing. It doesn't, you're not going to be a rocket scientist to come to that conclusion. So what did she ever do? Recently, she's researching the ill effects of vaccine. Buddy, get in line. Some of us have been talking about this for 20 years. There are others who've been here before, people like me who've been talking about it for over 100 years. Get in line. You're at the back of the line at this point. There's tons of us. Not only did we do the research, we went steps ahead. We looked into other methods of healing people without side effects. And we've done it. It's been proven. Some of us even went and got 8 PhDs, so we know what the heck we're talking about. You got no PhDs. You don't even have a certificate. Forget even the diploma. You don't have a certificate in anything. But all of a sudden, you're up there talking. Get back in line. Shut your mouth. You don't know what you talk about. You're going to ruin it. Like the scam artists that come in every now and again and try to ruin everything. Get back in line. Shut up. Don't mess with the American minds that are gullible to you. Brandon Tatum will come along. She's my sister. I didn't even talk better about it. Oh, she's my sister. I got her back. You got her back. Why? Because you're 6'4", you think you got her back. Your size don't scare nobody, man. I mean, 4 years ago, you were talking about BLM. If they come to my town, I'm going to do that. Come to my place when I'm eating my food. Buddy, you live in Arizona, where almost everybody is either white or Latino. I mean, black people in Arizona, the whole entire state, there's maybe like 10 people there. You can count each other. If you see each other from across the city, you'll be like, yeah, I know that guy. I mean, there's only like 10 of you there. Why is BLM going to come down there? They got nobody there to join them. It's not like they grab an army that comes from New York and New Jersey and every Chicago, and they decide we're all going to get on a plane and we're all going to fly over to Arizona and we're all going to go to the city of Phoenix and we're all going to do. No, BLM says we're going to be in this town and the people of that town come out. Black folks from that town come out. Who is there in Arizona that's going to come out? Why do you talk shit? Because Brandon Tatum is banking on the fact that Americans are stupid. He has it in his mind, stupid American, they'll believe what I say. That's why he does it. He believes them white folk American, they gullible, they be follow me. He think like that. You're going to follow him because you're white, and he talked a couple of things that maybe you might want to hear, that you say, well, it's good some black folks finally stood up and are educating other black folks. And because of that, he thinks you're stupid. And so whatever he says, you will buy hook, line, and sinker, like a fish being reeled out of the water. He's banking on it. You follow. Vivek Ramaswamy likes to sit down with Candace Owens and have his little, he calls it a town hall. I mean, 5 people show up over there and they have an internet program and it's a town hall. And he talks, Vivek Ramaswamy. And now he knows, oh, Americans like catchy stuff. So whenever I want to finish a sentence, the last word in the sentence, I'm going to stretch the word. When he wants to say country, he can't just say country. He has to say country. Every word he wants to finish, go and listen to him in his long monologue 90% of the time. This is how you know it's a trick. 90% of the time, he'll remember the last word needs to be stretched. You need someone with fresh legs. You need someone who will stand up for the country. Donald Trump started the fight, but I am going to finish. And then 10% of the time, he'll forget and he'll talk like a normal human being without stretching the words. And Candace Owens sits there beside him. And after he finishes insulting Donald Trump, left, right, and center. The same Candace Owens that became famous because Donald Trump brought her to the White House, gave her a shout out, mentioned her by name, made her famous to the point so she can make millions of dollars. The same Candace Owens who bites the hand that feeds her decides to turn around and say to him, I'm honored to sit beside you, the agent of George Soros. You want to know why Donald Trump said, don't vote for Vivek, he is not mega, he insults me in his speech? Americans are stupid, they don't know. I mean, until now, I've checked, I went and I did a search on YouTube. Let's see what all these people say. Everyone defending Vivek. Oh, Donald Trump turned on Vivek. Oh, Donald Trump turned on Vivek. How the hell is Donald Trump turning on Vivek? Was Vivek there before Donald Trump? Or was Donald Trump there before Vivek? Is Donald Trump using Vivek ideas? Or is it Vivek using Donald Trump ideas? Did Vivek come up with mega? Or Donald Trump is the one that came up with mega? Vivek Ramaswamy will start in every single talk that he gives. I support and I respect Donald J. Trump. I think he's a great man. He started the movement, but the movement wasn't started with him. The movement was started before, and now I'm going to finish it. Why? Is Donald Trump in a wheelchair? Did they put him in an old folks' home? Did he sign a power of attorney to you and say, Mr. Vivek Ramaswamy, I, Donald J. Trump, I am saying I can't do nothing for myself anymore, and I need you to do everything for me. Did he do some stupid thing like that? When he says you need fresh legs, that means, in other words, Donald J. Trump is slow. He's tired. He can't do nothing anymore. You got fresh legs, he's got old legs. Old legs can't run and jump, and you need fresh legs to run and take over. That's an insult. You insulted the man. Essentially, you're like a leech. You leeched on to the bandwagon of Donald Trump. And now you want to take over all that Donald Trump says he wants to do. Oh no, Vivek Ramaswamy added to it. Yeah, we've heard this song and dance before. Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini said, I'm going to make the bus system in Iran free for all Iranians. I'm going to sell the oil and bring the money and put it in front of the door of every single Iranian. I'm going to make electricity in Iran free for all Iranians. 44 years later, the guy died, was overtaken by Ali Khamenei, not to be mistaken with Khomeini. I mean, one has a kh, the other one has a kha. They're different from each other. They're as different as John and James. What happened in Iran? You have 1% of the world's population, but you're using 2% of the world's energy. Hence, we have to put the energy out of service. Blackouts, in other words. You cannot have energy for electricity every single day. You should have electricity only for about 18 to 16 hours in a 24-hour period. And by the way, we're not cutting it off while you're asleep. No, that's too easy. We're cutting it in the middle of the day when you're at work and you need it. So if a hospital doesn't have a generator, which most don't, there goes that patient who needed the energy and for life support. He's dead. The bakery needs it to keep everything cool. Well, everything they cooked is gone. Throw it in the garbage. The meat will spoil. The old people that need an air conditioning and humid hot weather in the south of Iran, well, too bad, you die. But they promised you they would bring you money. And that money you never saw. You go to the bus systems, people are packed in it like sardines in a can. They still have to pay for it. And the morality police will make sure they hit you in the head so you get brain injury and die and put you in a coma until you die. And then they'll give you your dead body to the grave, not even your family, to the grave 3 weeks after you've already dead and died. And your organs are going to the black market because it's good business. The oil, forget about it. Your oil is sold and the money goes to terrorist organizations all over the Middle East, from Hezbollah in Lebanon to Khatam al-Hezbollah in Iraq, Hashd al-Sha'bi, Fatimiyun, Zainabiyun, Houthis, Hamas, Islamic Jihad, and the list goes on and on and on. You think you can live in your country, but they have 15 million Taliban from Afghanistan inside of Iran, who run back and forth, cutting people's heads, stealing, raping, looting. Same thing you find over here. Same exact thing. Because Biden put Islamic Republic of Iran in Iran, and he's doing the exact same thing over here with an open border. The 54 of the 57 countries that are coming across the border are all Islamic Muslim countries, and they're coming here to do the exact same thing they do in their own countries: rob, loot, kill, rape, and bribe their way through. Except here they can do it. You don't have their fingerprints on record. You don't know who did it. They can leave one city and go to another, from another to another to another to another to another. Candace Owens won't come and talk about that. Vivek Ramaswamy can't talk about that. Vivek Ramaswamy says, I'm after the same votes that Donald Trump is after. Donald Trump is not allowed to be in Colorado. I'm taking my name out of Colorado so that he can win over some of the Donald Trump fans, make himself sound like he's MAGA. And then he says, I'm staying in this race to the very end. Meaning, in other words, I'm here to make sure until the end of this whole entire Republican voting for the Republican representative, I'm going to stay to the very end to make sure I can cut and take as many people away from voting for Trump as I possibly can, so that those who hate Trump can band together. All the Democrats can throw their votes in, and maybe Nikki Haley, Namorada, can have a chance to upstage. And then I'll sit back and I'll tell you, I told you so. I told you they had a plan. They had a plan for, he uses Nikki Haley, Namorada Haley, to beat Trump and to go sailing in. I told you so. But you know how you can stop that? You can jump out of the race today. So the people that you're trying to steal from Donald J. Trump can go back to voting for Donald J. Trump. So we can have one less person in the race bashing Trump in the head in a nice way. We can have one less con artist trying to stop the American people and bamboozle them. I mean, if we have a huge momentum of people supporting Trump, it becomes very hard for them to cheat against them because they, man, the guy's got like 3/4 of the whole entire nation. We see Democrats leaving the Democratic ideology to support Trump. Black people are turning on Biden, who, by the way, told you, the black people, if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. Your skin color is determined by if you vote for Biden or not. Understand that, black people. You black folks, Biden told you when he talked to Charlatan the God, the guy who calls him Charlemagne, I call him Charlatan. Because that's what he is. He's a charlatan. And he thinks he's a god. He ain't no god. He's a devil. Only a devil would call itself a god. Remember the devil? When Jesus went to fast and re-energize himself away from the people, clear his mind, the devil tried to tempt. Every Muslim will say, oh, that means the devil tempted Jesus? No, try with tempting are two different things. I can try to lift a giant rock. It doesn't mean I lifted it. And Jesus says, I don't worship you. You should worship me. You should worship your God. To the devil. It was the devil that wants to be a god. Wanted Jesus to worship him. Give him everything. Worship me. Now you got a charlatan, the God. He wants to call himself the God. He's a God now? Black folks, he's your God? The man who bends back and over back for Biden. Biden looks him up in the face and tells him, if you got questions and you don't vote for me, you ain't black. He told your God, you ain't black. Your God had to take a knee to Biden. What does that make Biden? Your God's God? And you guys, you folks, you jump up and down and say, no, we're Christian. Which part of this was in Christianity? All of you should be speaking out about it. And we see some black folks speaking out. They had enough of Biden. They said, we know Trump. We know what he's going to give us. What he says, we know he's going to do. We know where we stand with the guy. We don't have to love the guy, but we know where we stand with the guy. And he respects us enough to say what he wants in our face. And that's good enough because at least we know where we stand. Like him, not like him, we know what he's going to do. He's going to do good for the country. And when he does good for the country, he does good for our pocketbooks. Vivek Ramaswamy wants to come and demolish the FBI. Buddy, before you can demolish the FBI, they'll pull a JFK on you. And you're going to demolish the FBI. What are you going to do about CIA? What are you going to do about NSA? What are you going to do about the corrupt people in the law enforcement throughout the land? What are you going to do about the corrupt politicians who play patty cake, oh my patty cake, who take long vacations, who've been sitting there for 40 years like Mitch McConnell, and they freeze in front of the camera when you ask them a question, like as if they're a statue in some museum somewhere. What are you going to do about the family dynasties, the mafia dynasties of these politicians who've been there for so many years? They came in there poor. They didn't have a penny to their pocket. Now all of them have multiple mansions and they're all millionaires and billionaires. And they order fancy ice cream for their homes. So when Nancy Pelosi can sit in a lockdown, she can have her fancy ice cream that has to be ordered and imported and shipped with smokeless ice to keep it nice and frozen. What you gonna do about that? And his stupid ideas of, I care about America, so therefore every country will allow them to do what they feel is right for their own country, which means you're going to support terrorism because Islamic Republic of Iran will decide, hey, Saudi Arabia, as it is understood, has land on its eastern side that doesn't belong to it. And if you go by the maps in the 1700s, all of that was Iranian land that the English and the Russian stole from us in their invasion of Iran back when it was Persia. And since the British worked from the south and the Russians worked from the north, this land should come back to us, so we're going to invade Saudi Arabia. And Vivek said, I only care about America. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to just, in the United Nations, talk. Well, you're going to talk in the United Nations, are you? Words don't do nothing. We already saw Joe Biden. Don't. And since Joe Biden's don't, terrorist organizations have been attacking American bases in Syria and Iraq for over 145 times since October the 7th till now. From October the 17th, you've counted it at least 128 times. We saw don't. Kamala Harris came and said, don't. And they do. So what is the difference between Vivek Ramaswamy and Biden and Kamala Harris? I don't see the difference. He wants to talk. And that's what they did. Talk. Namorada Haley wants to go bombing. That's not the solution either. Because you want to bomb. How many places you going to bomb? Huh? Are you going to go and bomb Russia to defend Ukraine? Are you going to go and bomb China to defend Taiwan? And are you going to go bomb Iran at the same time? Are you going to have a three-front war, which initially starts World War III? Namorada, because you're making money off of the military wing. Those are your backers. Let me go to the next one. That brings us to the next one. This is a long program. We're going to try to wrap it up if we can, but it's a long program. It might become a two-part program. Because for you Americans, you need everything broken down for you. There's the link. U.S. forces in the Middle East attacked more than 8 times before Secretary Lloyd Austin resumed duties in hospital. I mean, you have a guy, he was chosen to be the head of America's military defense force and everything else. Not because of what he did as a 4-star general, but rather because his skin is black. DYI hired by Biden. I mean, the guy didn't have the common sense to tell his boss, Biden, pick up his cell phone. Everybody has a cell phone. I mean, everyone has one of these. Everybody has one. The guy didn't have the common sense to call up Biden and say, hey, boss, I'm going for a surgery. I mean, hopefully nothing happens, but one of the complications is I could be there for days on end. You never know. It's a surgery. Forget about that. I mean, the guy, the number 2, the lady that's below him, she had to file for vacation to him. He's the one who has to approve it. He doesn't think, I'm going for a surgery. I haven't told anyone anything. What if something happens wrong? Who's going to take over? We're in a war. We're being attacked by terrorist organizations on a daily basis. Who's going to be there to do something if, God forbid, something happened to me? So he approves her to go on vacation. 4, 5, 6 days are going by. No one hears from this guy. Nobody knows where this guy is. The news agencies are having it up to here. They're all asking questions. The number 2 in charge calls up and says, should I come back? Now, what do you think? I mean, this is why around the world they say stupid Americans. What do you mean, should I come back? I mean, your boss is dead. No one knows where the guy is. No one's heard from the guy. No one knows anything about the guy. He's laying in a hospital bed. He's in a coma. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. Yeah, you should come back. The country's in war. Should I come back? The Biden White House. No, take your time. Stay on vacation. Don't worry. Everything's all right. I mean, you do this in a Middle Eastern country, the people around that president will assassinate that president. So they can come and take over. I mean, nobody's going to go on vacation, first thing. And if they do, and something like this, they're all coming back because they all know. They all have their claws out, ready to go. Over here, should I come back? That's who's running the military, unfortunately. Should I come back? And once Lloyd opens his eyes, well, oh, my bad. Okay, give me a laptop. I'll work from a laptop. Oh, in the hospital bed. The guy's still in the hospital. If a regular soldier in the American military did this, you take away his rank, you demote him, and you take away his pay, and you give him a lower pay. Why are you not doing that with this guy? There's a different rule for you, the American public. There's another rule for the elite sitting at the top. U.S. forces in Iraq, Syria attacked over 128 times since October 17. That's 10 days after October 7. They're not counting the attacks of those 10 days anymore because it looks so bad. They're covering up for Biden by not counting those. The next link. U.S. carrier out additional strikes in Yemen. This is Saturday. The first strikes you heard about was on Friday. This is the day after. They're still striking. Okay. What are they striking? Biden's favorite places. old storage with old missiles that even the Yemenis don't want to use. They consider it as garbage. 60 locations. Boom. You know how they're using old storage and old missiles? Because they had bombed 60 locations on Friday, and Saturday, the following day, the Houthis fired a missile at a cargo ship. If these missiles were the missiles that Houthis want to use, and they're the good stuff, and 60 of these locations were bombed, if you bomb a missile, the missile will also explode, which will be a chain reaction. And missile after missile after missile after missile after missile, all of them will blow. You'll get rid of everything they got. But that's not what happened. How do we know that's not what happened? Because they fired a missile at a cargo ship, which means their missiles have not been blown up, which means you did nothing. You had 60 locations that are old locations that the Houthis don't give a rat's behind about. But the media, oh, we did 60. This is all just steps. They're taking steps towards a world war. You need a regional war. After a regional war, then you can expand into a world war when another region also joins the war, and then you connect all these multiple regions, and it's a world war. You had Ukraine and Russia. You have Azerbaijan with Armenia. You have Israel with Lebanon, Israel with Gaza, Israel with West Bank. You have the Houthis now going to war with America and England and Canada and Scotland and Northern Ireland and Wales and the Netherlands and Australia and New Zealand and the Mauritius. And then they tell you on the news, the new president for Taiwan, elected by the people of Taiwan, China, Winnie the Pooh, President Winnie the Pooh, says, we deem this president hostile to us. Who gives a shit what you deem? You're not Taiwan. The people of Taiwan have all the freedom to elect who they want. But China says, we deem him hostile. I mean, the guy just got elected. He hasn't done anything yet. He hasn't even sat on the chair yet. We deem him hostile to us, which means any day now, when we feel like it, we're going to invade Taiwan, take it over, and we're going to throw this guy out, and we're going to elect our own puppet to sit there, and then their puppet will say, we would love to grovel at your feet and join China. Which means another invasion in Far East Asia. And then you have the whole world in a fight, because Mauritius is an island belonging to the African continent. So you got Africa, you got Middle East, you got Europe, you got Far East Asia. What's left? Some terrorist organizations in the United States. And that's why 54 Islamic countries invaded from over the border. Border that Joe Biden left open. The strikes came after Yemen's Iran-backed Houthis. By the way, Americans, why the hell can't you say the names right? In the news, Houthis. What is this? Can you read this? I'm going to highlight it for you, Americans. What does THIS sound like? Does T-H-I-S make a sound as T's? Or do you read it as this? Is it T? T? T-H-I-S is T? Or is it this? We have who? This. Who this? Not Uti. Uti. I mean, you drop the S, you didn't even pronounce the S anymore. And then the sound turned into a T. And you can, at least you can read that. Break it down. And you guys didn't go to school or anything? None of you gone to school? You can't read names? What's wrong with you people? I mean, even this is small. This is not some Greek name that's like this long and all kind of alphabets. And, you know, when you want to read, you get problems. And dyslexic people have even worse problems. This is an easy thing. Just break it down. You got like this first part sounds like Houston. And then this last part is this. Houthis. The Houthis. I mean, it's so easy to say. Why you guys have to mispronounce it all? Muslim turns into Muslim. Houthis turn into Houthi. Or are you talking about tea? Like the hot tea or sweet tea? What are we talking about? Yep. After second day, which is Saturday of the bombings, Iran and Russia slam US and Ukraine in United Nations. They talk. They talk like Vivek Ramaswamy wants to talk. We don't like it. We don't stand for this. What is injustice? Why is it Americans that they're attacking? Why are they bombing? Nobody says, why is the Houthis of Yemen attacking cargo ships from around the world? They're wreaking havoc on the whole entire world. Because you will not get your merchandise. It's going to take a lot longer for you to get your merchandise. People that are dependent on chemical drugs, modern medicine. It's going to be a delay for them when they run out of their drugs for the next batch to get to them, their medication. Nobody's concerned. Biden's not concerned. He's attacking old storages. And then Iran. Oh, we make all kinds of weaponry. We have drones. We make submarines. We make tanks. We make airplanes. We have helicopters. Our scientific achievements have hit the roof and broken the ceiling. And we're all there. And we pop out 20 submarines a year. And we do this. And we do that. And we do this. And then you find out that the drone is a toy. I mean, you can order it on Amazon. Then here's the submarine. This is the military submarine of Iran. The one that news media wants to hype. They have weaponry achievements. The submarine seats 2 people, the captain and the mate. And both of them, as you can see, they're wearing their scuba gear. And the submarine is already flooded with water. I mean, they even opened this area so that they can jump out because they're afraid if they close the latch and it's already flooded, that they may no longer be able to open it because the electrical wires in this submarine no longer work. They got to jump out before they get fried. Let me drink some water. They got to jump out so they don't get fried. And here's their warships. There's 4 ships. This guy standing in front of one, all you can see is the flag. This guy standing in front of another one, but that one's sideways, so you see the ends. They're standing in one. These are skiffs. They're not even considered like a boat, let alone a ship. And then the big one is right there. How do you know that's the big one? It has two flags, whereas these ones only have one. The Navy of Iran, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Navy of Iran. The guy who took over from General Qasim, better known as Kutlet Soleimani, who's killed over 1 million Iranians, hundreds of thousands of Arabs in the Middle East, who Donald J. Trump did the world a favor and turned them into a cutlet, fried him up like he's a Korean barbecue. And look, if you put him with a monkey, I mean, they look alike. And he looks like, I mean, they were brothers at some point. That's because the fathers of the Arabs is not Abraham. They're Amalek, the enemies of the Jew. And they've mixed with the people of the region, the giant Amalek people. They mixed with the people of the region, and now they somewhat look like us. But before, they looked similar to that. Here they are. And who's coming into your countries in the West? Here's the guy who used to dress up as a soldier for ISIS back in 2013. And now, in 2019, he's dressed like this. Same guy. And now he's a refugee to the European. In Europe now, he's in 2019, he's a refugee. His picture has been found. Poor guy. He's coming for a better life. But in 2013, he'll cut the head of a white guy. Because this white guy is an Alawi Muslim, and this brown guy over here is a Salafi Muslim. And the Salafi say that the Alawi are not Muslim, because in his mind, that guy's not Muslim. Cut his head. Like the invasion I talked about earlier. Now they're here, and they have the same mindset. Tomorrow, instead of the Alawi's head, they want to cut your head. Biden's okay with it. Apparently, in Europe, you also have lots of Bidens in your country, and they're all okay with it. Krispy Kreme's, the fat pig. He decided, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure Trump doesn't become a president. That's why I'm dropping out, so Nemorada Haley can take all my votes. All the never Trumpers can go there. We need them there. We have to stop Trump. Same thing Vivek Ramaswamy says. Hey, I got the fresh legs. Trump don't got the fresh leg. Come give me the vote. I'm the one. I'm the one. Don't give it to Trump. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. They're both saying the same words, just they're saying it differently. One is saying, please be quiet, and the other one's saying, shut up. They're both meaning the exact same thing. Tie them together, folks. Vivek Ramaswamy is telling you, open your eyes. I will tell you, open your eyes. I'll pull a Vivek Ramaswamy. Stretch the last word. Open your eyes. One wants to come out in front of you and say, I'm going to stand in front of him to make sure he gets nothing. And the other one says, he's a good man. But Today, you need a young man. You need someone with the fresh legs. You need someone who can run. You need me, not him. Namorada will come in between. Chaos. Chaos follows it. Chaos. We got chaos. Wherever he goes, there's chaos. Chaos. Sounds like a donkey. You know, you've seen donkeys. Yaw, yaw. Namorada pulls the same thing. Chaos, chaos, chaos follows it. Newsflash, chaos is everywhere. From the beginning of time, there's chaos. Cain and Abel had chaos. There's chaos in Los Angeles right now when they loot from every single shop. There's chaos when there's wars going on. There's chaos when every single second in India, someone is getting raped. There's chaos when in places like Africa, specifically the country of Congo, where little kids are sent to go and find lithium for you so they can die. It's chaos. Chaos is everywhere. Chaos is with your weather. Chaos is with traffic accidents. Chaos is with arguments. Chaos is with inflation. Chaos is everywhere. It has nothing to do with Trump. We're all in chaos. Every single one of us is in chaos. But Namorada thinks you are stupid Americans, where she can blame chaos on just Donald J. Trump, and you, the American public, will go with it because she said so. And she changed her name to Nikki. So because, you know, her name is now Nikki, you will like Nikki. So you will believe Nikki when she says chaos follows Trump. It doesn't follow anybody else, just Trump. All three of them say the same thing. And DeSantis. What does DeSantis say? DeSantis says, we don't want to be stuck in the past. Not in the past. No. We want to go to the future. Forget about the mega. I mean, mega was done, said, finished, out of here. It's gone. It's finished. It's gone. No more. No more. Nothing to see here. No more. Don't look. Don't look. There's nothing to see. We're going to move forward. We're going to have a new idea. We're going to do something. I just don't know what, because I haven't thought of it. I mean, if we don't go with his policies, we can't do anything else. I ran under his policies as a governor for 4 years. It looked really good. But now I want to do something new. I just don't know what I'm going to do because I don't think of it. And just like everybody else, when they come short, they need to pull a woman in front of them. And the woman has to talk. So DeSantis brings his mother. Mommy, come and talk for me. Mommy, I can't do anything anymore. My mommy gonna talk for me. Mommy. Like a little boy hiding behind his mother. Mommy, American public don't want to follow me. Come and talk. Tell them I'm a good boy. Tell them I'm good. Okay, mommy? Tell them I'm good. So old poor woman has to now come and campaign for DeSantis. Because DeSantis can't do it. He needs mommy. And Christie, after his long speech of bashing, he had a club in his hand, bashing Trump in the head for absolutely no reason. MAGA bad, Trump bad, MAGA bad, Trump bad. When he finishes his speech and he dropped out of the race, they're recording. I mean, the guy can't even realize someone's got a phone, and with the phone, people can record stuff. The guy can't even figure that out. What does he say? You know, and she's going to get smoked. Who's she? Namorada. Namorada gonna get smoked because she doesn't have the votes. The people that follow Donald Trump, they're not the stupid Americans. They're the MAGA. They're the people that believe in make America great again. Make America what it's supposed to be. A shining light of hope for everyone around the world who believes in freedom. He knows it. He knows it too damn well, but he wants your freedom to be gone. You and I both know it. We all know she's going to get smoked. She can't hold a candle to Donald Trump. She's not up to this. She's finished, according to Krispy Kreme over here. You know, I talked to DeSantis. Call me petrified. Of course, DeSantis is petrified. He's got his mama campaigning for him now. That's the state of America. These people, they need their mama to campaign for. I mean, they can't pull nothing. And then the Biden administration hiring Fannie Willis. I mean, this is the best picture they've ever had of Fannie Willis. And we'll show you why. Accused of misconduct. Miss Fannie Willis over here decided to go after a man, a married man, and have a secret affair. But they couldn't keep this secret affair secret. They had to blast it everywhere until the guy goes and divorces his wife because the shit hit the fan. And this is the same Fannie Willis. Look how she changed. I mean, you see that one over there, you say, okay, well, there's a face and something. But then you look at this and you're like, what the heck is that? And that's the man. The two of them are so stupid. They go to the White House multiple times. I mean, they're from Fulton County in Georgia. Has nothing to do with the White House. But they have to go to the White House. Why are they going to the White House over and over and over again? Meet with Biden. About what case? The Donald Trump case. And this idiot over here, Nathan Wade, decides to bill Fulton County for his trip and visit to the Biden's White House. So the taxpayers of America have to pay for it. I mean, when you do something, you keep it a secret so no one can find out. You're plotting a scheme, you keep it a secret. This guy over here decided to bill Fulton County for it so that it'll be out in the open, that we're scheming in the open. That whole case should be tossed. Plotting should toss the whole. At the very least, he should be removed from this case. She should be removed from this case. That case should go to the Supreme Court directly. But they won't do that. You and I know it. And here's the proof. YouTube, the fact checkers. There's the proof. And I didn't make this up. This is from Fox. And then we have Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek Ramaswamy doesn't need to go and get his mama and be the mama boy. Vivek Ramaswamy sees that the mega supporters don't buy his crap. So he brings his wife, Dr. Apruva Ramaswamy, so that she can speak for him. Maybe people will buy what she says because she's a doctor. She's a surgeon. She's a throat surgeon. Vivek Ramaswamy, the same guy that took pills for Alzheimer's that did not work, rebranded it 3 times, put it on the stock market 3 times, made a bunch of money off of each time that he put it out there, and every single time it failed because it was a failed drug to begin with. Vivek Ramaswamy, who wrote a book making fun out of Donald J. Trump just before announcing that he's running for president of the United States as a Republican, who's never even voted as a Republican, nor has he even voted as an independent in his life, has been a Democrat, a puppet of MSNBC to come ask Al Sharpton questions when Al Sharpton was running for presidency. The video is there. And even I have it in my Telegram. I tell you guys to subscribe. You're missing out. So now she comes along. Oh, when he was in university, I was chasing after him. He didn't even want to give me the time of day, but I was chasing after him. Who's this woman? This is the woman that got married to Vivek Ramaswamy, and the wedding ring and the engagement ring was one ring for both, and it was a lollipop ring, a candy ring that you put 25 cents and you turn the thing at the stores and it pops out for the kids. He married her with a lollipop ring. You want a lollipop president? Vivek Ramaswamy is your man. He'll give you a lollipop, America. A good lollipop. Yes, she says, I ran after him. He didn't want to give me the time of day. He is a great businessman. Sounds more like a con artist. Taking a failed drug, rebranding it, renaming it, re-everythinging it 3 times in a row, shoving it down people's throats as something new, only for people to then come and discover this thing has been rebranded 3 times and it already failed before the 3 times. I mean, the guy knew this failed and he stole your money. He's a great businessman. And then she says, and then he went and he wrote a book. Told him, no, read the book. But it became a bestseller because the Democrats bought it. He praised Stacey Abrams and chastised Trump. And he boasts about it till today. Both of them say, I wrote a book. My book's the bestseller. Hey, if you mean that you really support Trump, you should remove your book. Say, don't buy it, recall it, don't sell it, be ashamed of it. Say, I was wrong in writing this book. Apologize to Trump for bashing him in your book. No, he won't do that. He's making money off of it. Democrats are buying it. How dare he? No way. He's got to make that money because he thinks stupid Americans will buy my book on the Democrat side, and stupid Americans on the Republican side will fall for my words. I respect Trump, but in my book, I chastise him. And then stupid Americans will come and be a content creator. They'll say, Donald Trump turned on Vivek. Did Donald Trump write a book chastising Vivek? I don't remember such a book. If you have it, bring it up and show it to us as evidence. Then I'll take back my words. Donald Trump, the man that stood behind the poor Iranian people that are being genocide has been committed on them for over 44 years. He sent out tweets, even in Persian, to create peace with people, with the people, not governments, with people. They called him racist. Well, if he's racist, why is he talking to the people of Iran in Persian? Not even English, where they may not understand what he said, in Persian. Why does he tell them that he's got their back, that his administration is watching the injustice that's happening to them in their own country by a regime that is not Iranian, but of Arab descent? Those are the occupiers. The Islamic Republic of Iran is occupying Iran. Not Israel occupying its God-given land that has been in their land for thousands of years, that was actually occupied by the Islamic armies under Omar bin Khattab shortly after the death of Muhammad, the messenger of so-called God named Allah. This man was not the racist. Remember Arnold Schwarzenegger? In 2021, Arnold Schwarzenegger told you, the American public, screw your freedom. You have to wear the mask. You have to follow the social distancing, and you have to take the vaccine. Screw your freedom. He thinks we were living under Cuba or Russia or Islamic Republic of Iran, not United States, the free, the brave, and the czar of vaccine, the Khan of vaccine, like Mughal Khan, the king of vaccine, the sultan of vaccine, Anthony Fauci. He says to you in April, a few months ago, don't blame me for the COVID lockdown. I had nothing to do with it. I didn't even know about it. I'm just hearing about it for the very first time. He doesn't know about this. Hey, fact checkers at YouTube, Susan Watch Kiki, you. Before you come along and ban this program and say, you mislabeled, you attacked out of the ordinary, you did it. Hey, look. Fox News showed this on live television for everybody. So don't tell me you can't fact check. I mean, it's there. You can fact check if you open your eyes and you look at it. Another Fox News being used by another Fox News channel, 18th, 2020. Almost 4 years ago, in California, because of coronavirus, because of what Fauci said. Lockdown, lockdown, lockdown. 37 tons of sand was poured so people can't skateboard. Everyone has to stay in their home. But Fauci says, I didn't say it. Fauci's words when being questioned by the government of the United States. Further, the social distancing recommendations forced on Americans, according to Dr. Fauci, sort of just appeared and were likely not based on scientific data. All those programs of mine in the last 5 years, YouTube, that you banned, that you took off, that you wiped off YouTube, bring them all back. Because your czar, Dr. Fauci, now has bent a knee, has bowed down to the words of Dr. Mossavat, and now agrees none of it has to do anything with modern science. It just sort of happened. Nobody knows who said it. Dr. Fauci says he didn't say it. I mean, we have him on live tape. He ordered it, but now he's backtracking. Now he's backtracking because a lot of people died. A lot of people got injured permanently. Dr. Fauci don't want to be sued. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. It was my clothes. My clothes did it. It wasn't me. Dr. Fauci acknowledges that the lab leak hypothesis is not a conspiracy theory, that actually this COVID business leaked out of a lab in Wuhan. And the people that were working in there were under the authority of Dr. Fauci. Mistakenly or unmistakenly, this virus leaked out. It's not a conspiracy. Dr. Fauci agrees. Who? Fox News. There is your research. There's your data fact check right there. Fox News. And AI. Why the World War III they need? Why do they need all these viruses? Why do they have to have your open borders? Why do they need all of this? Because by Agenda 2030, the Green New Deal, they need everything to go to AI. They don't need you and me and everybody else to work anymore. We are to be wiped out. They need AI to take over everything. And she's showing you how RVs, they can think and they can read what you want. If you want the table to come up so you can eat, it'll come up. If you want it to go down and turn into a bed, they will assume that. If you go to the washroom and sit on the toilet, the glass door will fog up just by you sitting on the toilet. And they need AI, but they want to show it to you in a nice way. So you say, oh, it's so good. But they won't tell you it's going to take over all the work people do. And these people that will be out of business, out of a job, the government's not going to want to take care of you. So they need to get rid of you. And finally, they do stuff like this. You see this, you think, wow, 6 beautiful women walking with this guy. He must be somebody. Or they might be actresses from a play. How lucky this guy gets to walk with 6 women. Wow, so good. I mean, look at them. Or you might think it's a fashion shoot. They're probably just coming out of a fashion shoot. So they all look pretty with these nice clothings and all. Oh, they must be nice. And you might be like all these people in the background. You may not even give a care. But you all spotted them. But none of you understood what was going on. Do you understand what's going on when you look at this picture? Do you see what they're telling you to do when you see this picture? I bet you not. Go ahead. I'll sit. I'll wait. Tell me what you read. Read, not see. What do you read when you see this? You don't have an answer, do you? Well, let me show you your answer. Blink your eyes fast and you will see a hidden message. But most of you will blink your eyes and you may still not see it. So I did you a favor. I made that picture smaller so you can see it from far. And when you see it from far, you see an O. There's your O. The clothing, don't look at their heads. Look at the clothing. There's your O. You see a B. There is your B. It's connected with 2 holes in the middle. You see an E. Here's your E, the first part. The middle, there is a bag there. And then it connects. And then they got white, and the black part connects. There's your E. And you got a Y. Here is your Y. You put them together, obey. Subconsciously, they're working on you in plain sight. Vivek Ramaswamy, you don't have a candle to people like me. We read right through you. Plain sight is this, where they send a message to you. They're paid to walk. They're working to make sure they tell you obey. They tell you something through the news, through the radio, through magazines, through this and that. Vivek Ramaswamys will come and talk. Their wives and mothers will come and talk. Then they send you this so that it can be implanted in your mind. Obey what was told. Obey. They want you to bend the knee. But when you, the viewers, watch this program, I wake you up. So you don't bend the knee. I keep you strong so you can be free. That's right. I can pull a Vivek Ramaswamy and stretch the last words too. Stretching the last words is another way of subliminal message. It's designed to make you think of the last word and forget about what we were told before. So that what you were told before can sit in your head. I can make my voice sound like an old, sophisticated man too. Talk like that. Instead of talking like a normal human being. Just as Vivek Ramaswamy does. The tricks can be played by anybody. If you practice, you can do it too. Don't believe in clowns without the clown shoe and the clown nose and the clown hair. And don't leave Donald J. Trump behind. And the Iranian people are your friends. They're being abused by the Islamic Republic of Iran, just like you are being abused by the Islamic Republic of Iran, who are the hand puppets of Biden. Come out and vote. And those of you in Iowa, come out and do their caucus. Today is the day. Come out. Don't let this man be left alone. Support Donald J. Trump as the next president of the United States so we can save this world from World War III, so we can save your children. And with that, we've come to an end. We good. Enough time to finish it in one shot. So I leave you in the hands of Jesus. Don't forget to come out and subscribe to our program. Click the subscribe button. Go to our link tree. Subscribe everywhere else. After the program, share the program so that when it gets banned and erased, at least we can get it into the eyes and ears and minds of more people, as many as we can. Leave comments, like the program. Tell Susan, watch Kiki. She can go F herself, and that this program was useful. And I leave you in the hands of Jesus till next week. Bye for now.